We're at Smith's Garden Town, and of course, at Smith's Garden Town, you find yourself amazed that there's still people that don't know who you are.
That's right, Jim. You know, we were at the Home and Garden Show back at the end of February.
As you always are.
As we always are. And a lot of people come up and they look at our sign, they look at our booth, and they say, Smith's, who is Smith's? Where are Smith's? Well, you know, we've only been here for 68 years in Wichita Falls, but I guess there's still a lot of people that, you know, maybe haven't been big gardeners in the past, or maybe they've just moved to Wichita Falls and they're not familiar with us. So I thought today we'd talk a little bit about you know, what we do and how we do it. You can see the aerial shot of our facility right here, and it shows, you know, we've got over 3 acres of greenhouses here, and we grow most of the annuals and perennials that we sell. You know, this greenhouse that we're in right now is all perennials, and this is almost 8,000 square feet that we're standing in right here. I mean, you won't find that kind of a selection anywhere between here and Dallas-Fort Worth. And we grow these plants right here in our own custom blended potting mix. And annuals are the same way. We carry even more of a selection of annuals than we do of perennials. And you know, we're also growing them right here, so they're not shipped in from California or Kalamazoo, Michigan, or someplace like that. So, you know, when we ship our plants in, we ship them from the back greenhouses back here, which are about 100 feet to the north of us, and right here to the benches.
And they tell people to buy local, but it's even more important at Smith's Garden Town because what they grow for you as a product is local.
They're acclimated to our environment here, and you know, we sell more than just annuals and perennials. We also have trees and shrubs, and we're starting to sell sod now. We got our first shipments of sod in last week, and we'll be bringing sod shipments in throughout the spring. So
experts throughout the facility, folks, come out to Smith's Garden Town and get your questions answered. And Steve, when you say you grow it yourself, you mean that literally, don't you?
We do. We're back here in the potting room, and you can see the flats of the new compact sweet potato vine going down the line. And you know, we take the cuttings, we root the cuttings, and then once they're rooted, we put them in the pots and move them out into the greenhouses when they're ready to go. And once they're rooted in well enough to sell, they go up to the front. Like I say, we're not shipping from California to Michigan or wherever. We're shipping them from our back greenhouses 100 yards up to the front where the retail sales take place.
With the experts you find at Smith's Garden Town, you can easily have the best looking landscape anywhere. But of course, they have experts when it comes to keeping that landscape looking good too. We're talking about weeds. Nobody likes weeds.
Exactly. Right now there's a lot of weeds popping up in everybody's yards. You've got the henbit that's blooming purple, you have the dandelions coming up, and a myriad of other weeds that are out there. Most of those weeds actually germinated in the fall. They need to be controlled by a fall pre-emergent, but if you didn't get that down, or if some of those got through, what you can do now is actually target those weeds with one of these sprays, whether that be a hand sprayer or one you just hook onto your water hose and spray. It's really easy, and they won't kill your grass. They know the difference between grass and broadleaf weeds, so they'll take those out while keeping your grass healthy.
Get the weeds out of there, keep the grass pretty. Smith's Garden Town has the answer right here. If you haven't been to Smith's Garden Town lately, you're going to notice some nice changes, a little bit more color. The Wild Birds Unlimited Nature Shop is now fully inside the store. Outside, all that beautiful decor and ornaments and such. But when they come into Smith's Garden Town, they come here to not only get plants, but get advice and to keep those plants growing. And you guys have a guarantee that they really ought to consider.
That's right. You know, we try to match you up with the best plant for this space where you're going to use it. And then it's really important that you get the right planting instructions, and we always recommend that you use some compost mixed in with the native soil that you take out of the hole when you're planting. And we always recommend that you use root stimulator for the first few months the plant's in the ground, because getting that root system established is what really is important. So now, if you take our advice, if you buy the products that we recommend, which is the compost, the root stimulator, possibly some mycorrhizae, addendum to the soil, you're going to get a 2-year full price guarantee on your trees and shrubs and roses.
That's at Smith's Garden Town, folks, and if you want that guarantee, you want to find out more about it, Catherine's here to talk to you about it. Smith's Garden Town. We talked about color, and wow, this thing just jumps right out at you. This is one of the reasons to come to Smith's Garden Town.
That's right. These are geraniums that my brother Steve has grown. I don't know anyone in the industry that grows better looking geraniums than Steve Smith does. So if you need any excuse, this is the excuse to come to Smith's Garden Town right here. You will not find better looking geraniums anywhere, and this is always people's favorite flower. So plant them someplace in our good potting soil or using some of our good fertilizer we can recommend, and they will just bloom and bloom and bloom for you.
And they are local, folks. That helps in the growth process and makes them stronger from the very beginning. Smith's Garden Town.